Hey guys, Justin here with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing Rough Country's low-profile hard tri-fold bed cover fitting all 2016 through 2023 Tacomas equipped with the 5-foot bed. Now you should be considering the Rough Country option for your Tacoma if you'd like to go with one of the most affordable hard covers currently available here on the site to really help crank up the protection for your cargo, thanks to things like the lockable design with the tough aluminum panels, and of course featuring that very popular tri-fold operation, all for right around the $700 price point. Now, leading off our features portion here today, and the biggest I can think of when installing a hard cover such as this is just that added security you're getting for your bed cargo, both from the elements, but maybe more importantly, from would-be thieves. Now, you'll also find that the Rough Country does pack that very popular tri-fold design, which is extremely easy and very convenient to fold up and out of the way quickly and easily if you ever have to haul something large. Now, one quick point on that fact here, guys, is that unlike other covers in the category that will fold all the way up against that back window, this option from Rough Country does not. So with that being said, if you ever do need access to the entire bed, whether you're hauling something large, maybe getting a load of mulch from your local spot, you will need to remove the cover entirely. Not very difficult. You can leave the rails in place and remove the cover, but just know that is something to keep in mind here. Now, finally, guys, another feature I really dig from Rough Country is the low profile aspect once installed. Now, once installed, very slim, very low profile, again, as the title suggests, and it does make for a very clean appearance after the install. Now, diving a little bit deeper into our construction block, and let's talk more about the panels here because that is the big story with the Rough Country. And that's because you're gonna find that lightweight aluminum material around a foam core. And as you can see, it's given a nice lightly textured satin black powder coat to help keep things looking good over the years. Now, that tri-fold design, which we pointed out earlier, is gonna be very easy to open and fold back, those first two panels at least, and then you can secure them with the built-in strap and clip design here. And you can drive like that as well with the cover 2/3 open or obviously fully closed. Now, I also want to point out that those hard panels are going to ride on the included extruded aluminum frame. Those are going to clamp onto your bed rails of your Tacoma thanks to the provided clamps, and that is going to make for that easy operation, but an even easier install, as we'll show you here in a bit. Now, to help keep things watertight, Rough Country does give you a gasket or rubber seal on all four sides here, and that is gonna help keep your cargo nice, safe, and of course dry at all times. Finally, guys, the hard cover from Rough Country is backed by the company's pretty solid warranty, just in case you should run into any issues. Now, moving into our pricing segment, and the Rough Country is going to come in at or around that $700 price point, which again does make this currently one of the most affordable aluminum paneled options here on the site for your Tacoma. Now, that's even more impressive once you start comparing these to some of your alternatives. That's going to deliver a lot of the similar features that you see from some of your bigger names, but for a lot less dough. But regardless, never a bad idea to check out the rest of our selection here at XT, as we do have a number of bed cover options available for your Tacoma. All right, shifting gears, let's talk about the install of the Rough Country tri-fold cover. Very basic job, bolt-on stuff. Site's gonna call it a soft 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and maybe an hour at absolute most to complete from start to finish. But now, to give you a better idea of how things might go down in the garage or driveway at home, let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, a rubber mallet, the included Allen wrench, and a 5mm Allen socket. What's up, guys? Today we're installing a tonneau cover on our Tacoma, so let's get started. Now, next we can apply this weather seal to the front of our bed. We have double-sided tape on the back of it, so we're just going to peel off the backing and then lay it right across the bulkhead here. Now, for demonstration purposes, we're not going to be installing this, so we're going to move on to mounting our side rails. So now we can assemble our side rails. We're going to need to pull the 2 bolts out of our 2 brackets. We have nut plates on the back that are going to go into our utility rails, and then we can slide on the mount that's going to mount our tonneau cover to the rails, and then we'll put on our drain tube. So now I'm just going to unthread these 2 Allen bolts. Remove that nut plate. You can do the same thing for the other bracket. And then we're gonna line up the slots here with our mount. Slide that onto our rail. And then we can slide our drain tube in. And then do that same thing for the other rail. So now we can mount our side rails to the bed. We're gonna come to our utility rail and push backwards on this end cap, pop that out of place. And then we're gonna take our first nut plate, slide that in, and then we can take our tie down. That's gonna go in between the two nut plates. And then our other nut plate. And then pop that cap back on. And then we can lower our side rail. We're gonna push it all the way to the front of the bed. Line up that nut plate and thread in those Allen bolts that we removed from it. And then once you have both of those threaded, you can take the included Allen wrench to tighten down those bolts. And then do that same thing for the rear bracket and the whole process on the other side. And now we can lift our tonneau cover into the bed. We have our buckles on the back. That's gonna go towards the front here. And we're just gonna lay that on our bulkhead and between our two rails. So next we can mount our tonneau cover to the side rail. What you're gonna wanna do is come to this first set of locks. You're gonna pull this strap to pull the pins out, and then you're gonna get the pins underneath of these tabs centered up on both sides. Now once you have that done, we can go ahead and throw our bolt through the back, get everything tightened down, and move on to the next step.
So now we're just gonna line up the hole in our tonneau cover with the bracket that the bolt's gonna be going through. So you're gonna center it up on that hole, and then take a 5mm Allen socket and tighten down the hole. And do the same thing on the other side.
Now we can hop back up top. We're gonna take the bolt with this rubber washer and drop it through the hole and through our bracket. And then we can go underneath and install the flat washer, lock washer, the twist knob, and the cotter pin.
So now we're gonna take the flat washer, followed by the lock washer, and then the twist knob, and thread that onto the stud. And then you can put the cotter pin through the hole in the stud and do the same thing for the other side. Next we can connect our tie down strap. So I'm going to slide this towards the front bracket here and twist that to tighten it down. And then you can get the last little bit with that included Allen wrench. And then you can attach your strap. And do the same thing for the other side.
So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Rough Country Hard Low Profile Trifold Tonneau Cover for your 2016 to 23 Tacoma with 5-foot bed. Thank you for watching, and for all things Tacoma, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.